Today I'm going to demonstrate day 2 of a 3rd grade lesson on self-portraits. We are starting with our self-portrait that we painted the eyes, the eyebrows, the lips, the skin, and the hair on last time. And today we are starting with a Sharpie. And we are going to be outlining around our eyes, our nose, our lips, our eyebrows, and our hair. So I'm going to start by very carefully outlining around my eyes, going inside and drawing that little parenthesis shape, and then adding a little circle for my pupil. And then I'll go over and I'll do the same exact thing on the other side, adding that pupil in the middle. When I'm done doing that, I can go over my nose, drawing that in. You can kind of still see where it was. I'm going to then go around my eyebrows, and I'm going to go around my mouth. So I went around my ears, I went around my hairline on my forehead. Now I'm in the back of my hair, and I'm outlining my hairline out here. You can see I went down around my neck. I went around my lips, added in my nose. You can see my ears, my eyebrows, pupils in the eyes. We're outlining kind of everything right now. And then I have straight hair, so I'm just going to draw just a couple of straight lines inside of my hair. If I had curly hair, I might draw a loopy line or a wavy line. Just drawing a couple of lines inside of my hair. Not a whole lot of them though. Just a few. And when I'm done with that, I'm going to put the cap on my Sharpie and put it back upside down where I got it. So we still have some painting to do. We still have our backgrounds, and some of us had room for our shirts. So I have some paints ready for my 3rd graders, and as it says, do not mix this paint. It's for sharing, so all the 3rd graders are going to be using it, and my 2nd graders are using it right now too. So you can see they'll need a brush for red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, white, and black. So there'll be one for each color at their table. With their self-portraits, they will then choose a background color or colors. So if I'm going to choose with purple, I'm going to dip in the purple, swipe just right next to it so it's not dripping off into other colors. And then I'm really carefully going to go right up next to my hairline and paint my background in purple. That's the color that I chose. Don't want to drip that. So I'm going to paint all the way off the edge of the paper. It's okay if they get it on the table. We're always washing the tables in here at the end. So I'm going to paint this part purple. I might choose to paint another part a different color. So if I'm going to choose another color, I'm going to have to put this brush down because this brush is just for purple at my table. And I would get another brush and choose a different color to work on the background or the shirt. When my students are done, they are going to be placing their paintings onto the drying racks. And we are actually going to be working on a background. We're going to be making cell phones for our background to make it look like these are selfies. So we have a large piece of paper. It's a 12 by 18 inch piece of paper. And we are going to use clear cups near the bottom to make the circle part of the iPhone where you actually press for the button down there. So I'm going to put the cup in the middle. I'm going to take a pencil or a Sharpie, whichever you feel most comfortable starting with, and I'm going to trace around that cup really carefully. And that will make that home button for me right there. Then at the very top, to make the top part that you see on the iPhone, I have a couple other things for us to use. I have these to trace. You can place that right up at the top. Sorry about that. There we go. And I'm going to go around that carefully with a pencil or with a Sharpie. Right next to it, there's a bigger dot that I can see on the phone. And so I have a bigger dot that they can put. They can kind of design their phone however they'd like, keeping in mind that next time we're going to be adding our pictures right in the middle of these. So there's that dot, and I can color that in if I want to. And there's one more teeny tiny dot right up here in the middle. So I'm covering that. Now I kind of have the start of my phone. Then what we're going to do is add construction paper crayons to the backgrounds so we can add different patterns. And construction paper crayons show up nice and bright on construction paper. So I'm just going to pretend I want a zigzag. And I'm going to make my lines go all the way across so that when I glue my portrait down, it will look like a pattern in the background of the phone. Now maybe I want to add a different kind of line or a different type of pattern. So I'm just going to work on designing on that. And then we will talk in just a little bit about how we will attach this down to make it look like our phones. All right, now I am done working on the designing part of my iPhone or my cell phone. And this part out here, we were talking about how that's just basically going to look like the case that's on your cell phone. So to make it kind of more of the rounded shape like the phone is on the edges, I have these little things that the students can use on the back, and we're going to line them up in the corner. And just like that. So this is making a 90-degree angle. And then I'm going to take the pen and trace right along that curve. And then when I cut those out, I will have a rounded look to the front of the phone. So I'm going to carefully do that here. You can see what it will look like there. And I will do that to all 4 edges of the iPhone. Our very last step then will be to glue our self-portraits onto our iPhones or whatever phone that we made out of paper. So I'm just going to try to center that here, and I'll kind of move it up so you can see what the bottom looks like. There's my home button. I might even do some more designing down here, or I can leave that plain. It's totally up to me. So I'm going to use a glue stick, get that glued down and centered, and I am done and ready to display my beautiful masterpiece. This is a 3rd grade lesson on making a self-portrait into a selfie.